Recording in progress.
Alrighty, welcome. My name is Man of Sauce, and this is an elite harmonic scanner training. So a little bit background about harmonic scanner. Harmonic scanner is one of the first scanners that IM Academy came out with, right when it first started. That's one of the first scanner that came out with. I think Chris Terry and a couple other people, partnered on this to, get this scanner working. And it's a beautiful scanner because what it does for you is it spits out trade ideas every 15 minutes, right? So it gives you a new trade idea every 15 minutes. And now based off, what you can see and the confirmations you can see, you can either, take that trade either for a buy or for a sell, depending on what the confirmations currently are at that time, okay? So that's what a scanner does for you. It's a beautiful scanner, easy to use scanner. You feel me? Like it's very, very easy to use, right? So just pay attention through this training and you're gonna get it, right? You're going to get it. I'm gonna go as slow as possible so that way everybody fully understand it, right? So now, first things first, right? For you to be able to log into the harmonic scanner, you need a link, right? A link, and the link is www.harmonics.im, right? www.harmonics.im. That is the link that you need to log into the scanner. And then you're going to use your username and your password from your IM Academy to be able to log in to this harmonic scanner, okay? Now, once you're logged in, your scanner should look something like mine, right? It should look something like mine. And now on the scanner, right, I usually use a couple indicators on the scanner to help me, with what the scanner has already to be able to trade, right? So I'm gonna go over like the things that you can see, and then we're gonna add a couple of things and I'm gonna go over it, okay? So first things first, right? Over here where it says price feed, when you click on it, it gives you a list of brokers right here. So I'm on this scanner uses different brokers to trade. So you have access to trade based on what broker you use or based on what broker is close to the broker that you use, right? And if you don't know what a broker is a middleman connecting us to the foreign exchange market, right? Because as retail traders, we cannot just trade in the market by ourselves. We need the brokers, right? Because we don't have that much money to trade individually in the market. So that's why we go through the brokers, right? So it says FX Choice, Hot Forex, Hugo's Way, JAFX, and Trader's Way. Those are the 5 brokers that you're getting access to. Before it used to be 7, but I think they downed it to 5. But those are them right here, okay? Personally, the ones I use most is the FX Choice one and the Trader's Way, and sometimes the JFX, just because they're similar to the broker that I use right now. So I go with them. Hugo's Way, I don't use that because they have a different pip count than the broker that I use, okay? And Hot Forex mostly works like in international countries. So if you like in other countries, Hot Forex might be good for you, but I'm in a state, so Hot Forex is not necessarily okay for me, right? Cool. Hopefully y'all following me. And over here it says scanner. So we're looking at the harmonic scanner right now. So that's why we have our thing pointed on here, okay? And you have the help button. If you need help, to just click that, right? Now, next thing over here, it has a calculator right here. So they brought this out a couple months ago. And this calculator, what it does for you is it helps you calculate your lot size based on the account amount that you have and how much you're looking to risk, okay? So let's say I have, a $10,000 account, right? I put the amount in there. If I'm looking to risk, 2% of my account, it's gonna tell me what that will be based on whatever pair I'm looking to trade and based off what the entry I have to enter and the stop loss is like. It's going to tell me what lot size to use. So let's say if you're a new person and you don't necessarily know what kind of lot size to use every single time you want to enter a trade, you can come here, just put the numbers in. You put your account balance, you put the percentage you want to, let's say you want to risk 1% of your account. You put 1%, right? And it automatically tells you what the risk will be based on, the pair that you're looking to trade, the entry and the stop loss. So it's super, super beautiful, especially for new people. When you're older in the game, You might know how to do that with your head without using a calculator, but at first it's kind of tricky to know which lot size to use for different account size and different pairs that you're trading, okay? So that is that with that. Moving on. So now I'm looking at the Traders Way, right? So right here, it tells you what broker you're currently looking at. So that's why it says Traders Way. If I change this to a different broker, this will change too, right? Now over here is the time frame, and this time frame controls the candles right here that you're looking at. So if I switch this to 15 minutes, the candle pattern changes to 15-minute candle. So what that means for people that are new on this training, it means for every single candlestick that you see, we call this red and blue things candlestick, right? That's what we call them, candlestick. For every single candle pattern or candlestick that you see, it represents 15 minutes activity in the market. So it's telling you in 15 minutes, this pair sold. In 15 minutes, a sell happened. Another 15 minutes, a sell happened. 15 minutes here, a buy happened. 15 minutes here, a buy happened. The 15 minutes is happening right now, a buy is happening right now. So that's what this indicates for you. That way you know, okay, right now this is a 15-minute movement is happening. The buyers are buying or the sellers are selling. That's how you're able to identify that with this time frame, and you can move it as you want based on what you're looking to do with the market. And I'm going to tell you which ones to usually focus on, or the ones that I focus on later along in this training, okay? Now over here, it says candle, right? Over here, it has candle patterns. So you have the bar, you have the regular candle, the halo candle, the Hakanashi. I personally use just the regular candle and the Hakanashi. That's what I use personally. That's what the strategy I'm going to show you requires you to use. So you don't have to worry about the other ones, except you're trying to do something different other than what I'm going to show you right now. You only need to worry about the regular candle and the Hakanashi candle. Okay, let's hope we're on the same page. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Now it says compare. I mean, if you need to compare symbols or whatever, you can use this. I've never had to use that personally, but you don't really have to use it, okay? Now, indicators, right? We're going to be adding a couple indicators in a second, but this is where you go to add your indicators. You click on indicators, and you can type up whatever you want to add. Let's say I want to add PSAR, right? So if I want to add this, all I have to do is search for the name and type it, and automatically it brings that indicator to my page, so cool. And now over here, it shows you what pair you're looking at right now. So I'm looking at NZD USD. That's the New Zealand dollar, right? The New Zealand dollar, that's what I'm looking at on a 30-minute time frame. On a 30-minute time frame. So that's what that is showing me. Now over here, it says save. So take, for example, when I add all my indicators and stuff, if I'm looking to save those indicators, if I'm looking to save those indicators, all I have to do is click on save, and I put in the name. Let's say I want to put in Elise, right? Let's say I want to save this as this. I just put in the name I want to save it as, and I click save, and automatically it saves for me. See how it changes? It saves right here. So if I ever want to go back to that, all I have to do is come here, click on this little drop-down button right here, manage chart layout, and I go to load chart layout, and I see Elise right here, right? Or Elise. And I click on it, and it pops up for me, okay? It brings it right back for me because I just saved it, right? So that's how you save it, and that's how you go back to it whenever you want to, okay? We don't need that right now, so I'm gonna just delete that real quick. Righty. So cool. So now over here, right? Over here, listen carefully. This is very, very, very important. Over here, because this confused me a lot when I first started using the scanner. Right here, it says M15, M30, H1, H4D, right? What this does is this controls the kind of trade you're gonna get thrown at you in different time frames. So one beautiful thing about the Harmonic scanner is For every single time frame, it gives you different trade ideas. It's so beautiful. So if I go down to the 15-minute time frame, I have a different list of currencies to trade from, or different list of trade ideas that the Harmonic scanner is throwing to me on a 15-minute time frame. If I say, no, I don't want a 15-minute time frame, I switch to a 30 minutes, the Harmonic scanner tells me, okay, this is a trade ideas I'm giving to you on a 30-minute time frame. If I say, okay, I want to do something long-term, I go to the 4-hour time frame. It tells me, okay, for this 4-hour time frame, this is a trade idea I'm spitting out to you. And you can see how different they are. Pay attention to this. H4 has EURNZD. That's the first trade idea. Watch when I go to 15-minute time frame. It's not going to be the same thing. 15-minute time frame has CADJPY. So it gives you different trade ideas every single time frame. So you have multiple trade ideas to trade from with this scanner. It's super dope, super dope. So you cannot say you don't have a trade to get into, because it's trade every 15 minutes, and it's also trade on different time frames. So you have so many trades, maybe even too much at a time. Like I know sometimes I used to get in like 5 different trades sometimes with Harmonic scanner, just because it's literally given that much at that time, right? So you have varieties of trade ideas to get in. It's like literally like a pool of signals every single 15 minutes, right? Now, you still got to do your own diligence to make sure the signals are okay for you and you like the risk and you like the reward and all that good stuff before you hit the buy or sell button on your MT4, but it's giving you the ideas right there, okay? Cool. Now, it says price feed. Over here, you can still come here and change the brokers like you deem fit, right? You can change the brokers like you deem fit. Like I told you, I only use the FX Choice, the Traders Way, and the JAFX. That's the ones that I use personally, okay? All righty. Cool. So we already established that fact. Let's come over here real quick and just go over a couple things before we jump into the nitty gritty, right? So over here, the only thing I use here a lot, right? The only thing I use here just because it gives you everything and you don't have to technically figure out your support and resistance because it does the job for you. The only thing I use here a lot is maybe the text. If you click on the text, you can type a note if you want to. Hey, how are you doing? So if you need to type a note on your page, you can do that. Hey, how are you doing? Right? That's one thing that I use on here. The second most important thing I use is this ruler right here. So I click on the ruler. What this ruler does for you is it helps you calculate how many pips, on your chart. So if you're looking to see how much you stand to risk before you get into the trade, if you're looking to see how much you stand to make before you get into the trade, this is your guy right here, okay? So if I click on him, I can go, okay, let's say I want to get in, I got him right here at the top. I can click on right up there, and I can drag him all the way to the bottom where I'm looking to exit. So now if I got him up here and I rolled this all the way down to the bottom, that is 38 pips, right? You don't count the last number for the currency pairs. So 38 pips, that's what I stand to make if I got in up here and I rolled it all the way down here. Same thing if you're looking to do for the loss. Let's say I got in right here. I got in right up here, and my stop loss is right here. So I can just do here all the way up. So it's telling me my stop loss is about 4 pips, right? If it went all the way up there. So same thing applies for profit or loss, right? But that way you know what you even start to make before you even invest your money and how much you're looking to risk before you even go into an investment. It's always good to know. You don't want to enter an investment blindly. It's just like, if, you weigh your options, right? You weigh your options like before you buy a house, you're looking, okay, if I buy this house for $100,000, okay? If I buy this house for $100,000, that's how much I'm investing into this house, right? If 2 years time, I want to know what profit I stand to make from the house. So if the house goes up to 200,000, I just made an extra 100,000 profit. If this house, if the market is, if the area is bad and the market is going to depreciate, which that never happens for houses, but right, if that was the case, how much will I stand to lose, value, in that house? So you always want to know stuff like that. Any investment, it don't even matter, trading, any investment at all, you want to know how much do I stand to make if I invest $20? How much do I stand to lose if I invest $20? Very, very, very important, right? That's how you know you're a good businessman or a good businesswoman. If you just enter blindly, then you're really not, right? Trust and believe. Okay, so now, one important thing I skipped before we go into the indicators is when you're looking at this, right? Pay attention to when you're looking at this, the top ones, right? The top currencies that you see, those are the recent trade ideas that Harmonic Scanner has given to you. So what I do is I trade the ones at the top. The ones at the bottom are the move that already happened. So it could be the move that happened 15 minutes ago. It could be the move that happened 30 minutes ago, the move that happened 2 hours ago. But the bottom ones are like the old move. The top ones are the recent move, and you can kind of tell when you click on them to know which is which. But at least the top 5, 6, 7 are like the recent ones. Bottom are usually like the old ones. Right? I'm gonna show you what I mean. So this is still like a recent move, just because it's still kind of like at an entry. Actually, no, hold on. Let me click on this. Yep. So this still kind of like a recent move because it's still right there at the entry. Right now, let's go to EJ. You see what I mean in EJ. Yep. You see EJ? EJ, this move already happened long time ago. Look at the entry. It came here and EJ, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Look at it. It came here from the entry and it sold all the way down here. So this move already happened. So it's long gone. You've missed it. So there's no point going to go look at that to see where to enter because there's no place to enter because the move is gone. It's already up 76 pip. Remember, don't count the last number. 176. That's the number you're worried about. Don't count the last one. 176 pip move already happened on this pair. So that's what I mean, right? The bottom ones are moves that already happened a long time ago. And you're going to be sad when you look at it because you're like, oh my God, I could have been in all of this and made so much money, right? But the recent ones are the ones that give you an advantage to get in and make some money. So that's one important thing to put in mind. Right? That's one important thing to put out. I hope everybody's actually learning something so far. But let's jump into the nitty-gritty, family. Let's jump into the nitty-gritty. Let's go. So now we're going to be adding a couple indicators on here, and I'm going to be showing you how to effectively use this scanner, right? How to effectively use this scanner. I have different strategies on it. I'm just going to show you the easiest one for real. I'm going to show you the easiest one. Like you only need 2 indicators on this. 2 indicators on this and you're golden. 2 indicators and you are golden. All right. I'm going to show y'all right now. All right, so if I can get this to pop up for me. Okay. So one trick with the scanner, sometimes you might come on here, the chart might be up, the chart might be down, it might be sideways, it might be straight, like whatever the chart is doing. If you want to focus and really, really zoom in to what you're looking to get into, you can play with this. So look at this. When you move your mouse, you can tap on it and you can move this up, down, sideways, right? Anything you want to do to it. You can move it like you want it. You can make it dance, whatever. So like you can zoom it to where you want to focus on, right? Same here. You can either zoom out or you can zoom in, whatever you want to do. You can go left, you can go right with it, right? So you can move the chart around to fully focus on where you're trying to look at, right? Because that was a problem for me when I first started. I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying to go to the bottom, but I don't even know where the bottom is at. How do I move it? Like, so now I'm stuck at that page thinking that's the only page I can do, but you can actually just move this around. Whatever you want to do, you can move it around. You can play with it as you see fit, right? As you see fit. See? Focus it. Whatever I want to do to it, I can do to it. I control the scanner. I do to it whatever I want, right? So it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to have that kind of control, right? But that's it right there on that portion. Now, first indicator we're going to be adding is something called a PSAR, a parabolic SAR. So we're gonna click on indicator and we're gonna look for PS. When you type PS, it pops up right here, parabolic SAR. That is the first indicator that we're adding. So when you click on it, I've added it. Now you're gonna, oh no, not that. Okay, now once you add it, I think there's a new update on all the scanners and stuff, right? All you gotta do is just, once you've added it, it should be black. You just tap on it and it comes up for you. And now you can edit it, right? So the input is gonna be the same. You don't have to change nothing on the input. The style though, you have to make this black and then you wanna increase the opacity to 100%. And I like to do this third one right here. And then once you do that, you can now okay it. So always make sure you okay so that way it's saved. Okay, so that's the first indicator that we're adding. PSAR, make sure it's black, make sure opacity is at 100%, and you do the third thickness. Okay, that's the first thing we're adding. Second thing that we're adding is this one. So this is called a stochastic oscillator. A stochastic oscillator. Every time I try to say that word, I always end up biting my tongue. A stochastic oscillator, right? So it's a hard word to say. So just call it stock, right? A stock. So now for the stochastic oscillator, what are we gonna do? We're gonna come here. We're gonna do stochastic oscillator. All right. All right, so right there, yep. So you're just gonna type, I had to make sure it was the right one because there's so many of them. So you're just gonna type stochastic and it pops up right here, this one right here. This one right here, right? The stochastic oscillator, that is it right here. So I just added one that way y'all see, you know, what it looks like, right? All right, cool. So once you add it, it should come up something like this. Now, once you add it, you're just gonna click on it and you come to the input. You want your input to be 1433. So the K should be 14, the D should be 3, the smooth should be 3. 1433, that should be your input. So write this down somewhere or do it right now as you're watching this training, right? 1433. And then for the style, right? For the style, you want your K percentage to be blue. And you want this thick all the way, opacity all the way. You want your K percentage to be blue. You want your D percentage to be red with the opacity all the way, thickness all the way. So K percentage should be blue, opacity all the way, thickness all the way. D percentage should be red, opacity all the way, thickness all the way. Upper limit, your upper limit should be checked and it should be 80. It should be 80 right here. This should be, you know, all the way, thickness all the way too. Your upper limit should be 80 level, and I'm going to explain what that means in a second. And then lower limit should be 20. Lower limit should be 20. And then your high and background should be checked, and your precision should be at default. All right, I'm going to give everybody a couple seconds to make sure they have this down. K percentage blue, opacity all the way, thickness all the way. D percentage red, opacity all the way, thickness all the way. Upper limit, opacity all the way, thickness all the way, 80% level. Lower limit, opacity all the way, thickness all the way, 20% level. And the high and background should be that. And then precision is at default. Hopefully everybody got that. Moving on. You can always go back, rewind, back forward this video and still get the juice. Okay, now we have what we're looking at. So now everything is complete. Now I can show you how to make money with this, right? Super easy. You don't need a whole lot on this. Super easy and very profitable. Okay. One cool trick I learned too is sometimes you see how little the candles are. Like my eyes, I mean, I like to have it big. I like everything big, right? I like everything big. So I like to make sure it's big and not so congested. If you're okay with it, then that's fine. But let's say you need it big just the way I do. You can come here You tap on this with your mouse and you can drag this up or down like you like. So you see how I dragged it up, it opened it up, I drag it back, it closed it back down, drag it up, open it up. See how bigger it is right now. Now I can actually see what I'm doing. I can see the numbers, I can see the candle. So that's one trick I learned, right? So that's one trick I learned. So hopefully if you don't get anything from this training, at least you learn that trick, right? But yeah, so let's get into it. So now I'm gonna show you a sell example and I'm gonna show you a buy example, right? How do you take a buy trade on this scanner and make money? How do you take a sell trade on this scanner and make money? So now I told you before, this scanner automatically gives you the trade. Your job is just to say, okay, I like the sell that the scanner is telling me to sell. I want to get in. Or I like the buy, the scanner is telling me to buy. I want to get it. It does the job for you. Your job is just to be like, okay, I like this, let me invest. Or I don't like this, I don't want to invest. That's your job right there, okay? All right, cool. Now on this is a sell example, first sell example, right? First thing, if I'm looking to sell a currency or sell everything with the Harmonic scanner, first thing I want to make sure is I want to see this D at the top. You always want to make sure you see a D on top right here. If you don't see a D on top, then that's not for a sell, right? If you're looking to sell something, first thing you want to see is this D. Where's this D at? We call this D the divergent. Divergent, right? That's what we call the D, right? So when I say the D, I mean divergent, right? So yeah, but the D is the divergent. That's the first thing that you want to see when you look at the scanner. Where is this at? So once you see this on top, it means it's a sell, right? It means it's calling out for a sell. First things first. Now, second thing is when you look at this D, you want to see the D on the green line or close to the green line, right? You want to see the D on the green line or close to the green line, right? So now this D is away from the green line, and that makes sense just because the move has happened already. But when this move was happening, I'm sure this D was on this green line right here, this green line right here, or it was close to the green line, okay? On this green line or close to the green line. So it's either going to be right on it or it's going to be slightly close to it. So that's the first confirmation that you want to look at. First confirmation, right? Second confirmation you want to look for is, I want to make sure this says this, right? I want to make sure my stop loss is on top and the take profit is at the bottom. So stop means stop loss. TP means take profit. So I want to make sure it looks like this, okay? Okay, here we go, right? So stop loss right here, take profit right here. Why? Because I'm looking to sell, so I want to go from stop to TP because I'm going down. I'm going all the way down, okay? And this, it gives you everything, I'm telling you. It gives you your stop loss number. It gives you your entry number. It gives you where to take your first TP. It gives you where to take your second TP. It gives you where to take your third TP. It tells you everything. Your job is copy and paste, literally. Copy and paste, knowing what you're doing, okay? So that's the second thing you want to look at. First thing I said, check where the D is at and make sure the D is on the green line or close to the green line. First confirmation. Second confirmation is I want to make sure the stop is up here and the take profit is at the bottom, right? At the bottom. That's the second thing I want to look for. Now, the third thing I want to look for is my candles, right? For my candles, I'm going to switch my candles to Hakanashi candle. Right, I told you guys earlier before I use either the regular candle or the Hakanashi, and I'm gonna let you know why I do that. But you want to switch it to the Hakanashi candle. Reason why is because we're looking to trade based off momentum. We're looking to trade based off momentum, and that's what a Hakanashi candle does for us. It tells us when a pair is in momentum and when we can get in and make some money from this trade, okay? So I switched it to Hakanashi candle. So now, third thing I'm looking for is I want to see a flat top red candle and an SAR at the top. I want to see a flat top red candle and an SAR at the top. What do I mean by that? Look at this candle right here. Look at, I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see it. This candle right here. You see, notice how the top of that candle is flat. Top of that candle is flat, real flat surface right there. That is an indication for a sell right there. right? That's an indication for a sell. But now I want to see the flat top candle and I want to see this black X dot on the top. That's the confirmation I want. So it gave me that confirmation here, but the SAR was not on top. So I'm like, okay, I know it's going to sell. And now I can keep an eye on it because now it's giving me the sell vibe, giving me the sell energy. Now, the second I see the SAR on there with this, I know, okay, now it's game time. Now it's time to get in and make some money. And look at this. Move happened right there. Easy 30 pips you ever made in your life. Right? Just by that concept. Okay? So you see the flat top candle and the SAR, that's your entry right there, right? That's your entry right there. And that's even way before the entry the scanner called out. So what are you doing? You having something called a good risk to reward ratio on this trade. Always important to make sure you have good risk to reward. I want to make sure I'm risking $1 and I'm making 20,000. That's the kind of trade I want to get into. Not the one you risk 10,000 to make 2,000. That's not okay. Okay. No, so that's it right there with that part. Another thing that I'm looking for is with my stochastic oscillator. I want to see the red cross the blue going down. I want to see the red cross the blue going down, and the red is on top of the blue. Red, I can make this bigger so y'all can see it. All right, the red cross the blue going down, and the red is on top of the blue. There we go. Beautiful sell move. There we go. Right? So that's what you want to see when you're looking for a sell. And look at that. It happened right here on that. The cross happened on this first candle. If I can, let me use a vertical line for y'all so y'all can see what I mean. Give me 1 second. I want to make this very, very clear. Just look at this green line I just draw right here. This is the first candle we looked at, and that's where we started getting that sell energy, and that's where the cross happened. The cross happened right at that spot, and now it started to sell. But we got in on this candle because we're waiting for that SAR to show up, right? So still, but at least you can start getting your mind ready. Okay, I'm looking for a sell. I'm getting the confirmations. Once I get that, I know to snap my entry and make some money from that, right? And it literally respected all of that and went all the way down. Easy 30 pips you can make from this scanner without anybody at all. All you need is you, your Harmonic scanner, and your MT4, and you can bag every single day, family. Every single day. You don't need anybody. Just you, this Harmonic scanner, and your MT4, and you're good to go, right? So, right, that is that with that part. One good thing about a scanner is what it does for you is it already tells you support and resistance zone. And I forgot to mention this a little bit ago. If you see over here, look at all these pairs right here. It says CAD-JPY, Gartley, GBP-CAD cipher. So all these things beside it, this is the pattern. This is the pattern that is using to call out this signal, right? This is the Harmonic scanner pattern that is using to call out the signal. So all this weird shaped thingy that you see up here, they call it the XABCD, pattern or algorithm, right? So that's what is right here. So every single one, it has a different, like the sharks, the garlic, the crab, all of that. So it's just a different pattern that is using to call out this trade idea. And this already predicts what the before high was and what the previous low was and what the support is or where the resistance is. That's why we're not having to go through that, because the scanner is doing it for us already. So we don't have to figure out where the support is or where the resistance is, because it's doing it for us already, right? One key thing I would say that I do all the time is, yes, the scanner says the entry is right here. Sometimes it might not necessarily get to the entry, right? And sometimes it might even go past the entry, right? But now you're just keeping in mind that as a trader, your goal is to get in at the best possible price ever, so that way you can make some money. Right now, if the move was telling me to enter here, why do I need to wait for this to enter for a sell when I could have entered up here and started making money? Just common sense, right? I could have entered up here and started making money. I don't necessarily have to wait for this entry to enter right here because this is lower and I could have been in profit up here than waiting to want to enter here. Just common sense. Yes, it told you the entry is here, but it went all the way higher. So this is even a way better entry than what it was given to you first. So just making sure you're protecting your profit and protecting your account and getting in at the best time that will make you the most money. We're all hustlers in this market. So you want to make sure you use that same hustle mentality when you're trading with the scanner. Do what will work best for you and what will bring you the most money. Okay, that's what I would advise, right? And one thing too is always shoot for TP1 with the scanner because 9 times out of 10, TP1 is always guaranteed. TP3 might not be, but TP1 always guaranteed, right? You see, like with this move now, it went all the way, smashed TP1, smashed TP2, went close to TP3, and then retraced. Not saying it's not going to still come all the way down, but you never know. So I want to take my profit and be out of the market, right? I don't want to be in the market longer than I have to, okay? So that's it with the sell. I'm going to give you guys a buy example. I'm going to give you guys a buy example. This is a beautiful buy. This is a beautiful buy example. Pay attention to the buy. I pay attention to the buy. So this is JBPCAD. JBPCAD. Now for the buy, when you're looking to buy, first thing you want to say, everything I said, just think about it reverse, right? First thing that you want to do is, where's the D? You want to see the D at the bottom. You want the D at the bottom. The D, like I said, is the divergent, family. It's the divergent. You want to see the divergent at the bottom. You want to see it on the green line or close to the green line. See how this one is close to the green line, very close to the green line. That's what I want to see. I want to either see it directly sitting on the green line, or I want to see it close to the green line. Once I see that, I'm like, okay, boom, we're in business. We're cooking with some sauce, right? First thing. Second thing I want to see is, where is my stop loss? I want my stop loss at the bottom, and I want my take profit at the top. Stop loss at the bottom, take profit at the top, right? That's the second thing I want to see because I'm looking to go up. When we're buying, we want the market to go up. When we're selling, we want the market to come down. So keep that in mind. That's Forex 101. Buy, you want to go up. Sell, you want to go down. Always got to know that, right? If you don't know that, please go watch a basic video on IM Center to know how to identify buy and sells, right? So now that's the second thing. Now, the third thing I want to see is, I want to look for, where am I going to enter this trade at? Where am I going to enter this trade at? So now this is a perfect trade showing you that sometimes it might not necessarily come to the entry all the time. So this did not come to the entry, right? But I'm not looking for it to come to the entry. I'm looking for my confirmations to line up with what I want, right? So my confirmations here is telling me that I should have entered on this candle. This candle right here, I'm going to show it to y'all so that way y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm worried about my confirmation. Once it lines up, then I know we're golden. So where does my green line is, that's the candle I should have entered. Why do I say that? Because look at it, it's a flat bottom. I want to see a blue flat bottom candle and an SAR at the bottom. A blue flat bottom candle and an SAR at the bottom. A blue flat bottom candle and an SAR at the bottom. I want to say so many times, that way it stays in your head and you can make it a music in your head. So that way you understand. This SAR is blue. This candle is blue. The bottom is flat, and we have the black dot right here at the bottom. That's my entry right here. This is where I want to enter. So I'm going to enter right here at that candle, right? Why am I also entering it? Notice my stochastic. I come down to my stochastic. Stochastic, I want to see the blue line. The blue line represent the buyers. The red line represent the sellers. I want to see the blue line cross the red line going up, and the blue has to be on top of the red. I want to see the blue line cross the red line going up, and the blue is on top of the red. I'm going to say one more time. The blue line cross the red line going up, and the blue is on top of the red, family, right? And that is right here. The cross happened right here, but the momentum move already started happening, which is beautiful. And just look at this trade. Oh my God, I wish we caught this trade. Look at this. This is why the scanner is beautiful. We got it right here. Remember, you use your ruler. Come click your ruler. We got it right here at the bottom of this candle. We smashed TP1, smashed TP2, smashed TP3, and kept going. This is 102 pips. 102 pips, if I moved it a little bit higher. 102 pips, remember, we don't count the last number. So 102 pips on this trade. In the 5 hours, you've made 102 pips. With a 1.00 loss size, that's $1,200. $1,200, right? No, $1,020, my bad, $1,020, right? $1,020. That's what you would have made from this. In 5 hours, 30 minutes, you're making 1,000. Your job will not pay you $1,020. Let's just be honest. I mean, you got to be a CEO of a company for you to make that in 5 hours. But you can with a $20 scanner. You can with a scanner that comes free with your monthly subscription. This scanner comes automatically free to you. You don't have to pay for it like the other scanner. It comes free to everybody. As long as you have an active package, you have the scanner. It's a free scanner for everybody, right? The other scanners, you have to purchase them, but this one is automatically free for everybody. So why not use the free shit? Why not use the free shit and make yourself some bread, right? Okay, and you can easily make money that way, right? You feel me? And that's how you can do the buy and sell, ladies and gentlemen, on this scanner. That's how you can do the buy and sell on this scanner. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. And you just see how the momentum just kept going. Now, you take profit as you go, right? If your goal is 20 pips every day, you've made your 20 pips times 5. Like, you could have been out of the market way before that, right? You feel me? And you can just come on here and just pick out whatever you're looking at. Usually it's just going to depend on what trading session. Another thing I'm going to say before I end this, just depend on what trading session you trade a lot. I like to do the scanner around 8 a.m. in the morning Eastern time, just because the market starts to move at that time. The market is jumping and you're able to get into moves before it starts. Okay, and then also in the evening time too, depending on the pairs that you're looking to trade, the market moves good for those pairs. And then when you come to the London session, some pairs work good with the London session and the market tend to move and you can hop on there and make some money. So any session you want to, you can use the scanner. You just got to make sure you're watching out of what currency pair you're trading. And if they have a chance of moving a lot on that session you're looking to trade, okay? But that completes this training on here. Thank y'all for actually plugging in. I'm gonna stop this recording right now. If you have any questions, just just comment it, right below this video, and I will definitely answer those questions for y'all, okay?